So I'm going to take you to one of my absolute favorite places, Tumbler Ridge in northeastern BC. I've been here 7 times, people. I pack more than I need to because it can be cold and it can be hot too, but just pack extra. Where is it? Well, it's northeastern BC and it's about 2 hours west of Grand Prairie, or you can drive there for 12, 13 hours from Vancouver, or you can fly like I do from Vancouver, Fort St. John, and then a 2-hour drive down south. Well, what is Tumbler Ridge known for? Game of Thrones. First chair was dropped there, believe it or not. They've got an amazing pump track. You got to check it out. And they're building a downhill mountain park there, so that's going to be totally cool. And if you're a runner and you're crazy, you want to check out the Emperor's Challenge. It's unbelievable what happens there. Also, they've got dinosaur bones and dinosaur footprints, and they've got a UNESCO park there. As well, they've got these amazing windmills. I find them fascinating, so they're everywhere. And of course, the waterfalls, people, it's incredible. So I fly and I get picked up by the lovely Vaughn. This guy's incredible. He's hilarious. He makes your trip absolutely enjoyable from Fort St. John down to Tumbler Ridge. On the way down, I'll ask him if it's okay we stop in at Dawson to get groceries at Walmart. There is a grocery store in Tumbler Ridge. It's just that I like the selection, and I just slip him a little extra money for his time. And so yeah, what's Tumbler Ridge about? Well, this town was actually built in the 1980s when our premier at the time thought it'd be a good idea that we would get into all kinds of mining, and they thought, well, hey, if we build it, they'll come. So there was all these mines that were there, and then they decided to build a town, and the plan was at one time that it could hold up to 10,000 people. And yeah, so they had time to actually design the town before people moved there. So there's a lot of thought into this, how this town is set up. So you've got a beautiful health center. They've got an incredible recreation center. They've got a grocery store. There's a couple hotels. There's a couple restaurants, and that's sort of all central. And then out from there are all the houses in the little subdivisions. So it's really nice. And just coming into the town here, you can see that's one of the hotels, and that's actually one of my favorite places to go. They've got the best hamburgers and steaks there, and of course, we pop in and have a drink every now and then. So yeah, the town now, unfortunately, in its heyday, it got to just under 5,000 people, and now it's sitting to just under 2,000, just with mining kind of slowed down. So a lot of people that work here, yes, are working in mining, and there's professionals that work here as well. And in the summer, you'll see the tree planters come through and in their camping kind of big trucks that they show up in. Anyways, this time I was here in a balmy minus 36 degrees, unlike Vancouver when you're there in -6 and it's freaking cold. I tell you, the minus 36 didn't seem to bother me as much, which is kind of funny. Anyway, just driving into the town. And we're going to be coming up to the health center, which is on the right-hand side. On the left here, I'll just pan over for a second, that's the tourist center there. It's kind of cool. So at the health center, we share the area with our lovely paramedics, our physicians. So it's a health center, so it's only open Monday to Friday basically, and then it's call or other supports after hours. And in Monday to Friday, you've got social worker, you've got occupational therapist, you have a massage therapist, you have mental health, we have home care services, and yeah, and of course the physician's offices. So it's kind of great there, and counseling services as well. So you'll be staying in a lovely little red building there, and just panning over to where you'll be looking out. The building's great. It's got everything you need. There's 2 bedrooms there. All your linens are there. The only thing, it doesn't have a washer or dryer, which is fine. I usually do my stuff at the hospital. It is a 5-minute walk, or you can drive for 2 minutes and get there. And the reason why you need to drive is because if you're on call in the middle of the night and you need to get there, you're better off driving. It's just safer. And you do get a fleet vehicle to use. So yeah, just panning over. This is the hillside actually where they're going to be building the downhill mountain trail, so that's kind of cool. This was the first snowfall. It was just absolutely magical. Loved it. And just looking at the health center, here's Devaney, my friend. She came with me and we had a great time. And we're just going to pan into the health center here. So when you go, you will be greeted by, of course, amazing people. And one of the people you are going to meet is Andrea. She is the PCC, and she is incredible. She's been doing this role for about a year now and has made such an incredible impact, and I just absolutely love her. She is so supportive. So looking into the center here, we're just walking into where the nursing station is, and beyond the nursing station is actually just an old-fashioned pharmacy there. People, you'd be doing your own counts and everything, so, and stocking and checking stuff. This is the x-ray department and your after-hours call-in where they do the registration, as well as the trauma room, which I'm just going to come into. So we just moved around some of the rooms here. So there's two rooms. One is a 2-bed and one is a 1-bed. The 1-bed is the trauma room, and this is actually the trauma room now. It's just been switched because of COVID. As far as equipment goes, they've got a Hamilton ventilator. They've got an old-fashioned Philips monitor, which still works. I swear to goodness, I had the same one when I was in training, and I could figure it out. They've got a nice little storage area. They've got a sort of a retired baby incubator and warmer there. There's also a cast room, and beyond that is a morgue. Hopefully you don't need to use that. The trauma room is set up really well. It doesn't look like this now, but it's been really well organized with this packages sort of grab and go. I love how it's been laid out. It's super easy as a new agency nurse coming and you want to know where stuff is quick. It's all there. What you would expect is where it is. As far as blood products, there is 6 units unmatched here, and there is a process also for getting blood, so make sure you know how to do that. As well, there is no Lucas. I always talk about Lucas. People are like, what's a Lucas? I'll tell you about that later. Just remind me. Anyway, yeah. So this is basically what the department is like. So you'll be working with your PCC, Andrea, and then hopefully 2 other nurses, as well as LPN and a home care aide. So the care aide will help in the community and do all kinds of bathing and, you know, basic care needs for patients, and she's a great asset. And then our LPN, Katina, is amazing. She helps with, she'll help in the department as well, but she also is a great resource for palliative care. And yeah, so basically Monday to Friday you're working 8 till 5, and then, or sorry, 9 to 5, and then you could also do a 9 to 19 shift. It just sort of depends. And then your call after that. And weekends you are on straight call, and you're on call for the full weekend that you're on. You also have a physician who is on call for you. There's 3 physicians here, and they also take turns being on call and being available. Paramedics are there 7 days a week. They're there during the day, and they are on call after that. And then, of course, it depends on dispatch as to what happens after that. They will regulate as to who gets picked up or if they're sending out on transfers. Patients that come in, generally, most of the patients that you see are going to be CTAS 3, 4, 5. For the most part, probably 4s and 5s. Your traumas that you get in, or anything that's quite acute, for the most part is less than 10%. This is a community of a lot of activities where they're fishing and doing all kind of water sports in the summer. And in the wintertime, you know, you have your, of course, winter sports and your snowmobiling. So you have MBACs and also snowmobile accidents, bicycle accidents, those kinds of things. So you need to be pretty vigilant with your trauma assessment. There's no respiratory therapist here, so you should be pretty well up on top of your airway assessment and management, as well as setting up a ventilator. Although, of course, all these sites have Rosie, so that's a great asset to have that equipment available to you as well. So, a little bit about what I do. Well, there's tons of stuff that I do when I'm here. I do tons of hiking. I get out as much as I can on my days off, which for the most part, it may seem like I'm out doing a lot more than I'm actually working, but this is actually a compilage of a lot of footage that I've had over the last 3 years of coming to this place. And I tell you, the people are something else here. I have made such incredible friendships, and I've made such incredible memories. I just feel like I'm part of this team here. Everybody works so hard in this little community, and I'm just so proud of them all, and just so proud to feel like I'm a part of this as well. So people ask me, hey Joy, you know, what kind of you know, experience should I have to go to these places? Do you think I'm ready to work there? I say, you know, if you have Emerge experience and you've been working in Emerge and very comfortable with airways, so if you've worked without RTs in Emerge, then you'll be fine here. And I'm not saying there's lots of respiratory emergencies, but when it does happen, you need to be on your game. I definitely recommend that you have TNCC and of course be up to date on your PALS and ACLS. And if you have an Emerge course, that's great. Added to that, there is a lot of community stuff that you do here as well. So dressings, accessing PICC lines, accessing indwelling catheters on patients, doing some types of drainage devices. So there's all kinds of things outside of Emerge that we're doing, more like ambulatory care type work as well. So it kind of expanded in what you can do, but I really recommend that you be strong in Emerge working here. I've done all kinds of great things. There was just that little clip there about ice fishing. That was so fun. And all these pictures of the sky, that, my friends, are the sunrises. It's fascinating, I'm telling you. You can also rent cross-country skis here for free. Actually, they rent them at that tourist center. And if you tell them you're a nurse, they'll rent them to you for free. I was just showing you a little bit here about a fire that we had one summer. That was a bit scary. Anyways, the fire chief has me on speed dial because apparently I tend to bring a black cloud every time I come to this town. But anyway, I'm just going to tell you, really a cohesive group here. Your paramedics are your right hand. They will help you through anything. It's just a great team. We've done a lot of sims together and we just really work hard. And I'm so thankful for each and every one of these people. So yeah, check out Tumbler Ridge and shout out to my son Josh, who is playing the music for my clip yet again. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know.